Welcome to another video episode on my robotic arm with robotic wrist and pneumatic hand, with a few problems left. Last time I reconstructed the hand pitch construction with a worm gear, but still with a wrong motor. But because of this worm gear, it has improved a lot, but still wrong type of motor. You need to slow down further, and therefore a motor the same way like this, 125 instead of 50. Then I put this switch here last time, and that still has to be programmed. Diagnosis has shown that it does its job, but the wiring is still outside of the arm, and that has to be rerouted, obviously. Then another problem, which is less another problem is this wiring, but this will, wiring not really, more like the cord for the yaw, of which is the motor behind it, which you can't see from here. But that has still to be fixed after this has been fixed. Then another problem is still that this somehow refuses to be set nicely. I should not be able to do this like this with this mechanism right next to it. And the point is, why is this happening anyway? I should at this point be here, and if I pull this front, you see that it cannot be put into this position. So why is this happening anyway? This has been in the same position all over, so it has to be the position of the arm. So, a few things to be solved, and I think I'll start with rerouting this wire. And it has to go here, so from here to here, all through the base of the arm, and then on the back side with all the other wires to, again, right here. And after that I'll test. And oh yes, of course, the main thing is, how do I exactly adjust the algorithm? Because last time I found that the algorithm needs to be not F11, this one, but this one. So first this, and then this one. And this one still gives a problem. So how to solve that is an entirely different issue. Because this one also works together with this one. And as you know, this gives a major problem. Still kind of unsolvable, although I don't believe that. But let's first rewire. So I have now put the wire through the base of the arm, rerouted it around, and I can just put it right here. So plus and minus. Now it's rerouted. In the meantime, it took some effort to get it from here out of the arm. In the meantime, I discovered that the wiring right here is very tight. So when I want to do the mechanics, the pneumatics, sorry, then I will have a problem, because the wiring is too tight for the pneumatics to extend. You have a piston, and that piston wants to expand, and at the same time the wiring is holding it. So it is, well, not this wire, which is the index finger, but now I'm gently pulling one wire from the middle finger, which is too tight. And ring finger is a bit too tight, but that's alright now, I think. But the small finger is really too tight. So I have to find out how I can solve that one. That is really too tight. But what is the cause of it? And I don't want to pull here, because pulling here can cause the wire to break. So I have to start from over there. Which wire is signaling this switch from the index finger, from the little finger, and then guiding it all the way through. So I should start from there somewhere. So I'm going to the computer and grab the wiring scheme, because that is, I think, the only way I can solve this. And let me take the wiring scheme. This, well, let me just show you. Alright, so this is the extension of the interface, and this is the switch, so I don't need this one. I need not this one either. I need this one. So it is the little finger switch, which goes to I1 on the interface. And that means that I have also to follow the whole wiring scheme. And it turns out it isn't even that long wire. So I have to be very careful. And it has happened before that this wire was very tight. So why it becomes very tight is another question. But anyway, there are 4 wires and 5 switches. But only concern is now this one. So let's go and loosen it a bit, hopefully. Alright, problem is solved now with all fingers, and although the problem looked like being there, And yes, the wiring on the other side is a complete mess, which I should resolve. But the real cause of the problems turned out to be in this part of the arm. So I gently pulled it a little, and then all the wires came loose. Now I still have to make sure that it works. So I have to start the diagnosis before everything else. And since I have two interfaces, I have to just select one and see if that indeed does give the desired input, which it doesn't, so I need to close this one, select the other interface, and now I have the correct one. So this one works, and I'm just pressing the switches. With this one as well, index finger, middle finger, which doesn't do anything. That is not good. No. The ring finger works, and the little finger doesn't work either. So I have to check on those. Because if pneumatics work but the rest doesn't, I seriously have a problem, a wiring problem. And it is not, with so many wires, that is not really what you like. I've had those problems before. So, yeah, back to finding out. Where is the problem? Because if this doesn't work, what does? So, as shown, this one works, the thumb, index finger, middle finger, nothing. So, middle finger is coming from where? I3. I have to find I3, which is nicely connected in a way. And I have to find the correct wire, of course, leading up to a wire that's no longer connected. That explains a lot. So I have to fix it right away. And that is giving a bit of a problem. I have to stick the wire in the connector, hold the wire and fasten the screw. So that is done. Now does the middle finger work? And of course I can only see that when I have the correct program. Yep, that is very good. 2 is working, 1 is not working, and 1 is I have to guide it once again. It is this wire going through here. And I have to be careful, of course. And another wire that is not connected. But this time the disconnection is inside the base of the arm, which makes it complicated. But I'll have to do it. There's no other option. And yeah, a short wire as well. So a short wire inside the arm, not easy. In a way, I'm happy that it is happening now and not during an exhibition. So now that works a lot better. Yeah, and 4. Why is 4 not working now? Yeah, 4 is working and 5 is working. So this time they all work very nicely. Then also on the slave, input 4, which is the rest of the hand pitch. Input 1 is the lower switch of the arm pitch. At least that's what I think it is, because this is input 1 on the slave, which makes it input 5. And is that correct? No, that's not correct. There are 8 inputs, so that's input 9. Input 1 on the slave is input 9 in total. Where's in? Oh, that's here. This one. So yeah, it's the lower switch of the pitch. Good. That means that actually I have one problem left, which is the pivot switch for the arm. So let's take a look, because that is mechanical. So back to the question, why is this not working nicely with respect to this? And I guess that it is, when I look here, that the whole base of the arm should be 1 or 2 millimeters that way. And that comes pretty tight. It's rather flexible, which is a downside, but on the other hand, this might just work. So let me turn the pivot. Turn on the pivot, that is. And run it. So the pivot is this wire, which goes to extension 2, motor 2 on the extension, that is, and run it. and then it would be very nice if it actually worked. It is mounted to right. Yeah, it is. Let's see. When I press this one, yeah, that is the same one. Goes here, so I'm at the right one. So why doesn't it work? Probably because of this. Yet another wire that I have to fix. Oops, that is not the intention, obviously. And yes, there are a lot of wires in this robot system. But oops, that's not fixed then. But there are a lot of wires in each robot system. So this is no exception. And this should fix it. Right, try again. Unfortunately, no go. So the question is, why doesn't this work when it is the correct extension? Something to do with other wiring. No, this one goes out again. That's not nice. It doesn't do a thing. It happened before, but then after some wigglings on wires, it did work. So right now, this, what is wire 3 going to? That is the wrist pivot. And this is the yaw. This one does nothing. And this is the arm pitch. So this is the only one that doesn't work. Big question is why. It doesn't do a thing. And that makes it hard testing. Oops. I have no clue why. Is it broken or something, but that never happened before. So, oh wait, here I have the probable cause, another wire gone, and this one I have to strip and fix. Alright, I fix it now. So hopefully there are no more wire interruptions. Let's try it. Oh, how beautiful that is. Yep. So and that's exactly the way it should go. And some manual intervention. and that's it. Oops. Alright, stop it. That is the way it should go. And yes, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 connections in a connection to address one motor, yeah, things may be a bit hard to debug, analyze and fix. And that makes time go fast. So, in the meantime, I checked everything. No, not everything, almost everything. Because this one I haven't checked yet anymore. Which is the one wire on the other interface. But I'll leave that for now. And the whole system test will have to wait. Programming will have to wait a bit. So, with the hope that all these things will be working next time, I think it's time to kind of say goodbye. Well, I can of course check it, so let's do that. Take the other interface, motor 1, and yes, it nicely, very nicely works indeed. Check right here and you will see it run. Releasing now, pulling, and the only problem now is of course that since this motor is on one interface and this switch is on the other, being the motor on this one and the switch on this one, I can't check it. So actually I should put this one on there, which is also more logical. And I think time to just do that, to put it to I1. So taking away this one and putting it on this one. Then slowly pulling it. Yep. And then input 1 becomes active. Now I can check everything the nice way. That also means that, of course, that I have to check to change the programming into interface 2, switch 1. That's just a matter of programming. So now this one works at the same interface as the motor does, which is very nice and clean. And I think I'll leave it to that. Alright, so now to show that it does work, This is for the hand pitch, and this is input 1, so now I have to release it. And there goes switch, and now I'm pulling it. And that's it. So this proves that it works. Now for this one, this will be T2 for interface 1. And hence when I go here, this will be inside the T12, the digital 12, which is no longer the case because now this becomes T1, T2 digital 1. And that's quite an improvement then. Quite a change. So, and of course save. And I think that's it for now. Really. And with this change and a small test and software change, I thank you for watching. Been quite alright this time with a lot of problem solving. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment or suggestion. You can also follow me via Instagram and Twitter. If you would like to support this video, my channel, my website, please do so by donating via PayPal or Wired. More information on the website. You can also become a patron and have your name mentioned, and it will be mentioned on my website as well as with my videos depending on the pledge you make. All information you can find on the website, which is mentioned below. To be continued. Have a nice day. Bye bye.